Welcome. My name is 𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿. I'm a shamanic energy healing practitioner working with children, teens, parents, families, and you can find out more about me on my website, 𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿.com. And this is my partner to our book club.
I'm Anne Beer. I'm also a shamanic energy practitioner and peace worker in Hamburg, Germany. And if you want to find out more about me, please visit my website under www.annebeer.com. And we just finished the first session of our book club, which was really, really, really exciting and very joyful. And we intended this global club with the vision to bring people together to explore the wisdom of books connected to parenthood and spirituality, and invite a group, form a group of people, bring people in connection and explore. Maybe we are the book explorers that come together once a month. And we always focus on one book. And the first book that we shared is the one that we'll explore and explain a little bit at first for us now.
So this was our first book, Natural Born Shamans by Imelda Almqvist. And I'm sorry if I'm not mispronouncing your name, Imelda. Before sharing a little bit about this amazing book and a book that both Anne and I and many of our colleagues, shamanic practitioners working with children, recommend for any parents walking a spiritually aware path. Our intention when in this book club, Parenting and Non-Religious Spirituality, is also not to summarize. We're not going to be summarizing, not in the meetings as we just finished the first one, and not in those summaries. We're not going to summarize the content. So if you're looking to know what's written in the book, that's not going to be us. Our intention is to bring the energy of the book, the essence, the message. There's so much wisdom in books, and when we tap into the energy of the books and we take them in, we can take that wisdom and we can walk with this wisdom forward. And I think both Anne and I and participants in our meeting shared that one of the most profound elements of this book is that it doesn't only talk about the importance of empowering children and allowing people to walk with their children, also people that grow into adults, to walk with their inner self, connected to their alliance, to their guidance, to their spirit guidance, whether it's a power animal, angels, or the beings from nature. It takes us and gives us very, very practical tools. In this book, Imelda shares not just what shamanism is and what shamanic parenting is. She takes all those concepts that we talk in our work and applies and shows and gives us tools and a very clear protocol that we can take a group of natural born shamans and just work with them. And beautifully, challenges are addressed. It's a book anchored in our reality. She addresses issues like children connecting to their superpowers and superheroes in movies and in games. And she also addresses bullying, which is something we maybe rather not discuss, and how being connected can truly empower children. It's a very, very rich book, covering so many topics, but its main message is that all children should have this guidance from us adults, parents, teachers, in groups, individually, and while we each self-reference which tools and which practices and which exercises are appropriate for our own children or the children we work with, there is no book that either Anne or myself or the people that participated in the book club today are aware of as rich as this book for working with children, and not just from a shamanic perspective, but from a spiritual perspective. Maybe the most important words here are in the title are a spiritual toolkit. This can give each parent the ability to guide and make sure that the kids have a spiritual toolkit. So the way we chose to work in order to bring the energy of books and not the content is a unique way. Maybe other book clubs are doing it as well, but we're not sure. That's the way we chose, and Anne is going to present it.
Yeah, and it's like what you say so beautifully. It's capturing the energy of a book is so much, gives so much entry points, so many entry points into the book, because especially that one is almost impossible to get one essence. It's like it's so widely spread in the wisdom that it's really amazing. And this is what we also experienced in our book club and our approach to really dive into the wisdom of the books by using the quotes. And maybe I can say it even now that we realize that each and every quote leaded to the other and back and circled round and around, and it was a very, very interesting thing that happened. So maybe to give you an idea of how it practically works and how we do it, I share my first quote with you. And Efrat has it written, and I read it again. With the time travelers, and for those who haven't read the book, this is the group of shamanic children in the shamanic group of Imelda. They are called time travelers. So with the time travelers, I constantly ask the children to reflect on the effect their actions have on others, to reflect on the true nature of power itself. And I personally chose this quote. It really talked to me, that encouraging children to be really, really aware that their actions have an effect in the world, that they are able to co-create the world, and that they are connected to their true and innate power. And in the group, we mentioned so many different aspects of that, like that these being connected, being in connection with the world and with the inner and outside world is one of the essences that Imelda is so wonderfully bringing across in this quote and in many others. So this is how we work with the quotes. We present it to the group, and we give everybody the possibility to really check what is my reaction, what is my response to it, and explore the wisdom through that. So I give it back to you, Efrat, so maybe you can share your quote.
Yeah, so it was really interesting to see that each one of us brought a different quote. And before reflecting on the quote that came up for me, I would share that while in a book club, we usually want people to read the book before. We are happy for you to join us also before you read the book, and just in a spiritual way say, okay, I'm opening the book and oops, this is my quote, choosing one. Or if you're using an electronic device, just see a number and see the page that you need to open. I had a few quotes that came up that really related. And one of them is, the most precious thing you can give a child is a close relationship to their own spirit allies, so that they can always ask for support and help. Wow, this was really, really, really powerful for me, because this is what I do in my work, and this is what I truly, truly believe, that the guidance that we offer children is about knowing for themselves, having the tools to help themselves, having the tools to figure things out, to resolve, to make choices. And Imelda's book is full of such examples. It's like this, for me, this was the energy of the book, because it was about empowering them and connecting them to their power animals or angels or guides and nature. And this connection allows clarity of the walk. And I think that as we parents, and we all want our children to become who they are. This is what we're trying to do ourselves. And there's so much noise around. One of the examples that was brought up in the book in this context was about bullying, and how we can bully or a child being bullied, both, if they have a connection to their guidance, then they can solve things, they can understand, and then they can truly grow. So this was a quote that really, really spoke to me and to many others. And yeah, and it was fascinating, I will share, to hear both the quotes that came up for people, their reflection, and how they all take us back into the importance of offering children the ability to stay connected in order to create a peaceful, a flourishing, a joyful world. So I'll stop this share, and here we are.
It was wonderful listening to you and hearing it again, the quote, it just deepened it so much. And the responsibility to connect, to help our children to connect, but also for us parents to hear the call to reconnect whenever we get lost, and to be able to give guidance and to be the ones who are aligned and give example, which is such an important thing. Yeah, it
is. So that they can walk in their power, which relates to your quote.
Yes.
What their power is, its effects on the world, and their choices. Be aware of choices. Be able to become choosing humans. And hopefully choose kindness and the good.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, like choosing life, which is really the whole richness and depth of it. And I also remember in the meeting that we discovered that we could talk for hours. So that this way we felt that we talked about the books and just went a little bit away, came back into it, and it was weaving the field. And maybe this is also something that I reflect now, that the energy of the book comes alive by just taking out little bits and pieces of this energetic tapestry and just bring it into a group of people and just weave it back together. That was a very wonderful process.
Yes, it was very, very powerful, very insightful. I'm definitely going to be reading it again.
Yeah.
And every word with new eyes now after the insights that participants shared. We would love to hear your thoughts, and we would love to have you join us in our book club. Each month we will be reading a different, we will be reading a different book, sometimes addressing spirituality, not relating to parenting, but we will take it into our parenting and to how we raise our children. And sometimes we will offer you books coming from a parenting perspective, or maybe even a few children books. We have a list of books, and if you want to join us and also offer a book, you're most welcome to do so. We're looking to dive in the energy and respect the books and the wisdoms they share by taking the energy in and sharing it with a group. And now in this summary that we're planning to do after each book club, sharing it also with those who could not join us. So we both have the last book, the next book.
So our next session is in January 16th, isn't it?
Yes.
So the next book we are reading is The Parents' Tao Te Ching. And you find the whole list of books and more details about it in the description of the book club. And
yeah, and here, if you want to join us.
Oh, you prepared that.
Yes.
That is wonderful.
So there's a link here, and hopefully you can join us. And if you have any questions or not sure how to find us, you can look at the bookclubs.com app, and then they have the connection to join us, or look at our website and contact either Anne or myself. And we would love to meet and have you join our community of spiritually aware parents raising spiritually aware children and teens.
Yeah, hope to see you.
Thank you, Anne.
Yeah, thank you, Efrat. It was such a wonderful experience.